Hello, this is going to be just a short orientation to the blended general psychology course. As I have on the announcements here, the course starts this Tuesday, which is September 17th, but our first class meeting isn't until the following week. You do have assignments that need to be completed prior to our very first class meeting, so that's why I am making this orientation so you have some idea of what you're expected to do. Alright, you can see that I've pulled up the syllabus. Perhaps some of you have already taken a look at this. Just wanted to run through a couple things with you. Looking at this, you can see I have a little bit of summary of what we'll be going over. Now, in terms of the time allotment, those of you who have taken blended courses or online courses are probably already familiar with the fact that only part of the course obligation is time that you spend together in a classroom. And there's also a significant chunk of your obligation that will be taken care of on your own time at home. So you can see we'll be spending roughly 20 hours in the classroom. It's actually a little bit less than that. But the remainder of the time, since you won't be in the classroom, will be spent doing other activities. And I'll go over each of these in a few moments. One thing you'll be doing are online multiple choice quizzes that are really just my way of making sure that you've done the reading and you're ready to come to class to discuss and engage in the activities that I have planned. You're also going to be spending time the first 4 of our 5 weeks working with your group members in an online discussion board. There will also be a small amount of time dedicated to making some contributions to wiki pages that I have created in Blackboard. That's going to be 4 of the 5 weeks. And what we'll do is that with your contributions on the wiki, I will print them all out, bring them into class so that we can discuss them as a group. You will also have a project that you're completing, and I'll talk more about that soon. And then finally, some of the instruction is happening through online videos. Most of these are professionally produced videos that I think do a much better job than I could do of explaining some concepts. You have my contact information right here. You're welcome to call me or email. I do tend to get back to email, or I always get back within 24 hours, sometimes within minutes, depending on what time of day you're getting in touch with me. I encourage you to take a look at the course outcomes. Certainly part of it is we are going to be talking about psychology and how it applies to our everyday behavior. But a big part of what you do in the social science classes, including psychology, is to become familiar with the scientific method. And I like to say, become a critical consumer of claims and information that you come across, whether it be on TV or magazines or newspaper articles. Be a skeptic when you come across these claims. And we'll also be looking at how our minds can fail us or can trick us. You have the textbook here, 8th edition. Some folks end up getting the 7th edition. If you do that, please contact me. It's okay. I just need to get you a revised reading list. All right. Now, in terms of what you're actually expected to do for the grade in this class, there are a number of components. The first thing that I want to talk about is this project that you'll be doing. The project involves both a research paper and then a presentation that you'll do with the rest of us in class, and we'll be leading a discussion in class. So the general theme of the project is you're going to be exploring how some topic within mental health intersects with healthcare. And you can see I've provided a number of possible topics. Each topic can be taken only by one person. So if you see something that you're interested in, please contact me as soon as possible and let me know that that is your topic of interest. You are welcome to choose your own topic. Just let me know you need my approval. Again, it's something that intersects mental health and healthcare. It is a research-based paper, and I'll be looking for you to use 3 reliable sources and 2 scholarly sources. And we will talk in class about the difference between a reliable source and a scholarly source. I will be asking for your desired topics during the first week. So if you haven't submitted your topic to me prior to that, be prepared maybe with a couple different choices, as your top choice might have been taken by somebody else. Alright, I've moved back up to the beginning of the syllabus. You can see in addition to the project, which is worth about a quarter of your grade, a little bit less than that. You also have these preparation checks, which are essentially quizzes. You'll have one preparation check prior to each class. So that means the very first one of these you need to complete before we even have our first class meetings. You can see it has to be done prior to class. Again, the goal for this is to make sure that you have become familiar with the reading so that you arrive at class ready to perform. I think some other classes might call these a ticket to enter. Each of the preparation checks, you have 90 minutes. You may use your textbook. The goal, again, is to make sure that you are familiar with the information. The third requirement for the course is discussion boards. Again, you'll have a discussion board for each one of the first 4 weeks of class. Something to keep in mind with the discussion boards is that your first contribution needs to be up by Thursday night before class. So our first class is on a Monday. You need to post by the Thursday before that. Your first post is Thursday night, and then by the time you're arriving in class, you should have also responded to at least 2 other people in your group. So I've put everybody into groups of 7 people. So you won't have an incredible number of discussion board posts and responses that you need to read. And again, I want to emphasize this because sometimes people don't understand what you're expected to do. You need an initial post, and that one's probably going to be a bit longer, a lot of thought being demonstrated there. And then there will be shorter responses that you give to your peers. Now, obviously, I'm still expecting thought in that one. And you can see in the rubric, I'm looking for you to connect the topics in the discussion board to the readings that you have done, as well as to your personal or professional experiences. So the discussion boards, these are usually going to be on topics related to perhaps an outside reading or a video that you have watched. The final graded component, other than class participation, is that you will be contributing to online wiki pages that I have set up each of the first 4 weeks. As you can see in this summary that I have towards the end of the syllabus, the class wiki is designed to give you a chance to share your ideas with other students in the class, and it's also designed to stimulate discussion in class. So as I said before, I'll be printing out everybody's contributions, bring them in, and we can talk about them in more detail when we get to class. And so the grading for the class wiki is really pretty simple. It's basically a check plus, check, check minus kind of system. And the final piece that's going to be contributing to your overall grade is your participation in class. Now, you'll be graded on a couple different things for this. Part of it is certainly your ability to be involved both in the larger group discussions in which we engage, as well as in your smaller groups. So you'll be in small groups, not just online, but also in the classroom. But in addition to these 2 things, class participation is also going to reflect the extent to which you are prepared for class. And so some of the weeks, as you can see in this area right here, some of the weeks will require you to come to class having gathered some information on a topic or having completed a task that we will discuss. And if you come to class prepared, obviously you get full credit for the preparation. And if you're not coming to class prepared, then obviously you're going to lose some points. One thing I do want to mention with regards to the class participation is related to the quiz or preparation check. When you do your preparation check, it will essentially grade it and the computer will tell you which ones you got wrong, but won't tell you the correct answers. So you're going to bring your quiz with you, and over the course of class, using the information that comes out in class or through class discussion, you will revise your quiz and hopefully be able to get all of your questions correct. And so the fact that you are revising your quiz earns you points in this section, and the more questions you revise correctly, the more points you will get here. So it's not just participating in class, it's coming to class prepared and then also revising that preparation check quiz. Now that I've gone over what's expected in terms of what's going to contribute to your grade, there are a couple policies that I wanted to emphasize. One of those is that you are going to be graded on the quality of your written work. So I strongly encourage you to prepare your written work, maybe in Word or some other word processing software and running a spell and a grammar check on that, and then copying it and pasting it into Blackboard or the wiki. That way you're not going to look less professional because of spelling or grammar errors. Everything that you submit needs to be in a format that I can read using my Microsoft software. And finally, if you have to submit something late, just be aware that you will be penalized 10% for every day it's late. Up to a week late, it will not be accepted. All right, turn your attention to issues of academic dishonesty. I have a couple different points here regarding plagiarism. You are turning in a research paper, so the possibility for plagiarism is there. I have some examples of what plagiarism involves. And if you have any questions, please contact me, contact Learning Resources, and as I have on here, when in doubt, cite your sources. Tell me where you got the information. A general rule of thumb is that every single paragraph in a paper, other than the intro and conclusion, should probably have a citation. All right, other classroom policies are listed here, and I expect that you will review them, but I'm not going to go over them right now. You notice on the syllabus that each week I have outlined what I expect that we will get out of it, what you are expected to read, and then the assignments that you need to do. These assignments should be completed before you come to class. So week 1, the assignments need to be completed prior to our very first class. Now, when you go to Blackboard, you'll see this information. All right, I'm on Blackboard now, and you will get the information about each of the weekly tasks by clicking on Weekly Tasks. And then for week 1, just click on the title. And everything that you are expected to do is here. If you haven't already, you'll review the syllabus. Viewing the videos, you just click on this title right here to get links to the videos. The discussion board, I'll talk more about the discussion board here in a minute. You can also contribute to the wiki page this first week. There are 2 different wikis. Right, so the very first week, one of the wikis you'll do is after watching a video by Jane Elliott, you'll click on the Jane Elliott video. And the instructions are right up here. So you're just going to post 1 or more quotes, comments, or observations. And as I said in the syllabus discussion, the main goal of the wiki page is to essentially prime the pump for our in-class discussion. The last task that you'll do for this week in particular is that preparation task check or ticket to enter. Just click on it, and that's going to open up the online test. You have 90 minutes. When you are all done, what you'll do is print out the feedback that it gives to you and bring that to class so you can earn those additional participation points. All right, the final thing that I wanted to address is the discussion board involvement that you'll be doing. Now, you will be working within your groups, and so in order to access your group discussion board, you'll go over here to Groups, and I've divided the class into 2 groups. So you can click on, it should be that whichever group you're assigned to, that's the only one that shows up for you. You can see the name of the group members shows up, and you'll scroll down to Group Discussion Board. And for the first week, you will be responding to one of the videos that's related to bystander intervention. So I have the specific instructions for what I'm expecting in your original post as well as in your responses. And so you'll click on the forum, and then in order to actually provide your contribution, you'll click on Create Thread. And I would like for you to enter in the subject header something that's related to the actual subject of your post. Please don't just provide your name. That way we'll know what you're about to write or what you're going to write about. Enter in the actual meat of your contribution, and then click on Submit. If you just save the draft, it'll be visible to you, but it won't be visible to the rest of us. So make sure you click Submit, and then it will show up. So I'll just give you an example here. So I have submitted my discussion thread. It shows up here. And then if you want to respond to what somebody has said, and of course you are expected to respond to at least 2 people, you click on that thread and then just hit reply, type in the message that you want to convey, hit submit, and then that way we will have a record of your contribution. Alright, that's it for the course orientation. I look forward to seeing you on Monday the 23rd. If you have any questions, definitely send me an email and I'll be happy to answer them.